Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jeffries, the present day wise woman. I'm a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This show is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and rock your health and just live from a place of prevention, not waiting to get sick and tired and sucky. That's it. So let's get into today's episode. Who was it? Who was it? Was it the stranger who was in a queue at the supermarket who you thought, really, mate, what is your problem? Are you just being a dick? Or is there a girl at work that you just can't stand? Or is there an ex-partner that you still call toxic after years and years of breaking up with them? What is it? What is it? What is the thing in someone else that triggers you? And you think they're a dick, they're stupid, they're idiots, bloody hell, what are they? Why are they angry all the time? Why don't they love me? What is it? What is it? What it is that life is reflecting back to you something that's in you. It is all of our consciousness, all of our essence, all of us gets reflected back to us consistently through our lives. And they're called mirrors. And you go, no, Jen, nah. That's not possible. It's not. I'm not angry like that person at the supermarket, or I'm not a dick like my ex-partner was, or I'm not as silly as that chick in the office, or I'm not whatever. Like, we say it's not, but to be triggered in us, there is an element of that essence of that person that's being reflected back to us. And guys, it's not hippie woo-woo, I promise. It's just one of those energy things of life. And I first learned about this, about mirroring, it would have to be a good 35 years ago when I read a book on it. And I remember at the time just going, it can't be, it just can't be. You know, whether it's, you know, a relationship you have with parents or with siblings or with friends or people that have just triggered you at different times. It's like, what is it that's in them that amps us up so much? And when I really sat with it, and I did a lot of work on this, I really did, because I was, you know, in a real growth time of my life, and I was really wanting to, you know, to work out what was going on in me and how I showed up in the world and everything. And what I realized was that we attract our mirrors. We attract our mirrors. We attract the lessons that we need to learn to help us love free, to kind of make peace with that part of us that needs some healing. And you're like, oh, Jen, come on, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. I know you're thinking that, but I promise this is it. In life, we get to be both the teacher and the student, in that what we put out to the world, we can also get back to learn from. The thing that sucks is that these life lessons that get mirrored back to us and give us opportunities to grow, well, the universe serves them up to us when the universe wants, not when we want them. And generally, it's like the most least appropriate time. And you're just thinking, what? I haven't got time to deal with this right now. But this is it. It's an opportunity to grow. Now, for me, the biggest growth was when I was able to see that I had to learn to remove judgment. And reading the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, was a real pivotal. I don't know how to say that word. Pivotal. Anyway, it made a real shift in me that helped me get that everyone's doing their best. Now, some best is not acceptable to my judgments in life. It's the whole, we can't judge someone until we've walked in their shoes. I choose, this is me, and I'm just sharing stuff that I know has made a difference to my life and how I show up in the world, and ultimately what's brought me peace in my life. And that is that everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, it doesn't matter what it is, I look for the gift in it. And I looked for the gift by seeing what the mirror is. If someone's angry to me, I go, wow, okay, so what's in me at the moment that I need to, you know, to just settle in, because anger is being reflected back. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. It's ultimately being reflected back for us just to just look at it so that we can love it free, heal it, whatever you want to call it. And ultimately it's just that, to just go, okay, no judgment. Let me just deal with this right now. Now, the easy thing is to play the way the majority of the world is, and that is to blame everyone else and judge everyone else and all that kind of stuff. But that That's not good. That's not playing the higher game in life. And I choose to play that higher game in life. Now, am I perfect at this? Hell no. Nope. I am on a vast learning lesson still. And I've been consciously looking at this stuff for 35 years. And I know the difference of looking for mirrors versus just blaming and judging other people. So think about it in your life. If you're attracting all these cranky people, these angry people in your life, or all these silly people, or these people who are going to rip you off, or whatever it is, what's the common denominator? What is the common denominator amongst all those people that are ripping you off or being angry at you or whatever it is? What's the common denominator? The common denominator is you. It's you. You're the common denominator. You are attracting whatever it is that person is reflecting back to you for a chance for you to look at it. Now, I know how hard this will be for some of you to listen to it. I just ask you to just let it land, just let it sit, and just contemplate it and see what's in it for you. Because I know it's had a huge impact on me since I started living this way. And ultimately, I'm the common denominator for all of the encounters in my life. Every damn one of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all it. And it really has been the hardest truth for me to swallow in life, because ultimately the responsibility stops with me. And it has tested me on every level. And I know you're thinking, but Jen, he's being a dick and I'm not. When someone being a dick to you is, it's not, you're not necessarily being a dick in that instance, but there's something in you, whether it's something in the past that is wanting to be just looked at. And that's why it's being reflected back to you. But when we go and we externalize, we go, no, it's him, he's being a dick, and you judge him and you blame him and all that kind of stuff. Well, that does nothing. That just, it just settles it in deeper instead of leaving it free. And we just get weighed down by all these kind of, old crap that's just sitting there, and it's bubbling to the surface periodically, and people are being put into our existence or circumstances to help us trigger the growth. But if we're not ready to look at it and not ready to accept responsibility, the easy path is just to cast blame. That's it. It's like, yep, it's just them, nothing to do with me. Stop being a dick, I'm out of here. I want to be so raw and real this podcast. I just do. This is me. I am about to turn 60 in a few months' time. And I've had a lot of life, and some of it I wish it had gone different ways, but it hasn't, because there's been lessons in it for me along the way. And I thought I'd speak into this because this is kind of sort of real for me at the moment. I'm about to turn 60, and in my life I've had 4 long-term intimate relationships, 4. And when I entered those relationships, it was love and it was wonderful, and it was just like, this will last for forever. And then life happens, and I was presented with lots of opportunities to grow, and I maybe didn't take all of those opportunities. And in the end, those relationships, they ended. Now, this year, I thought it's time for me to, I've been single for quite a while, and I thought it's time for me to go back on the dating game and to enter relationships again. And I got to tell you, I was gun shy. I have been heartbroken in the past, like fucking so heartbroken, and just don't want to repeat the patterns. And I'm thinking, I have so much fun living on my own. I don't need to be in another relationship. But human beings, we're meant to be in relationship with other people. And I'm thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And I sat with this a lot. And I reflected back on my past relationships and thought about, stuff that wasn't so much fun to experience at the time, and really thought about what it was. And then I'm the common denominator in all those relationships. It's where people repeat, they attract the same kind of person to their relationships, and we keep attracting stuff until we learn the lesson. And I thought, I want to learn the lesson. I don't want to take the lessons from the past into the future. I want to just do the growing and move forward. And the place it had to start with was me accepting that I am the common denominator in those relationships. I'm the common denominator as to why those relationships didn't work. And for me, I get to accept 100% responsibility for those relationships not working. Now, can there be other circumstances involved? Yeah, they can. And I choose to accept 100% of that responsibility for those relationships not working, so that I can live into a new relationship with the possibility of it being different to the past. It's me. The buck stops with me. That's it. Taking radical responsibility. And yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow. But the thing is, I choose to live that way. And how I choose to show up in the world. There's a really good question that's asked, and which I really resonate with. And it reads, can I stand to see myself in you? Can I stand to see myself in you? Now think about it. Knowing that the people who cross our paths are here for us to grow. When you are triggered, when I am triggered, when we're all triggered by people and circumstances, what if we ask the question, can I stand to see myself in you? Can I stand to see myself in that situation? What is it that's triggering me that's ready to be released in me? Now, we've all got our different ways of doing our work. I'm big into writing and then doing Zen funerals. I've talked about that in different podcasts. The thing that I've found in my life is that accepting radical responsibility, and that's 100% responsibility. My ex-relationships did not last because of me. Subject closed. I've got a choice, and that's not being a martyr or a poor me or any of that shit. That's like, that's a statement of the only word that comes to me is my truth. I know that I can create something different in a relationship moving forward if I start clean. If I don't break that vibe and learn from it, and the only way I can learn from it is by accepting that I'm responsible for that relationship not working. I can't move forward. I don't even know how to put it, but I can't move forward until I complete that properly. And in life, ultimately, if we're not growing, we're dying. If we were presented with life is like, wonderfully beautiful every moment of every day without us being challenged in life and having opportunities to grow, we would be dying. You would be bored shitless and you'd be dying. Some of the most wonderful relationships you see out there in life are where people are challenged. However, they talk about the stuff and they do the healing and do the growth and they move on. That's it. Not letting stuff settle and stew and things like that. It's like we're just being presented opportunities to grow. So for me, entering a new relationship at this time, which I have, it was so important for me to look at the mirrors of my past relationships so that I can grow through them and move into a different relationship this time, not keep repeating the patterns. The only way I can do that is by taking responsibility and by seeing the mirrors. People and circumstances in our life are all of our mirrors. And it took a long time for me to really see and accept that that's real. And it is. The reality is we all have a light and a dark side. And there is a lesson in every single person that we cross paths with and in those circumstances. And there are so many blessings in those confrontations or in those triggers if we recognize it and deal with it. It's so cool, guys. And for myself, I've gone so far and yet I've still got so far to go. And I love that I'm still on the journey. And I just wanted to share here today because I think there's so much value when we're getting triggered by someone else, whether it's someone being cranky at the supermarket or someone yelling at someone road raging or whether it's something in your relationship or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Think of life as being a reflective space of what's in us, our good stuff, our bad stuff, because it goes a good way as well. When you think, wow, that person, that's an epic person, so courageous, so wonderful. That's in us too. That's in us too. So you want to recognize that as well. But I see it's being reflected back to me, the warts and all, so that I can be at peace with who I am. And as we do that, we get to grow and choose new paths and where we'll attract new and different kind of lessons. Just think about it, but if you're attracting the same kind of, whether it's angry people or resentful people or poor me people or whatever it is, or shit within your relationship, maybe see that it's coming to you for a reason. And it's just a chance for you to do something with it instead of just blame, justify, reject and judge. instead of doing all that. Just go, wow, okay, what's in this for me? Where maybe in the past have I been a dick? Where maybe in the past have I been really judgmental? I've learned to be more empathetic and more tolerant, not just of other people, but also in the way that I love myself. It's been really valuable for me. And like I say, I've still got so far to go. And I know it's worth doing the reflective work. I have a couple of quick healthy life hacks today. And the simple one is, next time someone pisses you off or disappoints you, stop, take a breath, just see where it sits inside you. Your intuition will tell you if you actually listen. That's it. And healthy life hack number 2 is to have empathy for them and for you. It's being reflected back to you for your benefit. Being angry with them won't help. Being angry with you won't help. Stop, breathe, and be before you just act out and go, oh, you're being a dick. Like, see your part and be gentle with yourself. And that's a huge step in changing that vibe and changing that old habit of how you react to things. And that's what's going to bring the change to your life. I promise. This was only a quickie tonight, guys, and one I really would love if you just let it settle in, and then I'll do more work on this subject in a future podcast. Baby steps first, because I know it's a big concept to grasp. If you want to grab the show notes, head over to healthylifehacks.com.au, and in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about iron and where we can get it. I'm vegetarians. If you're vegetarian or vegan, or you just struggle with iron challenges in your life, I'm going to talk all about how I always keep my iron levels perfect and how you can too. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with your friends, and scroll down to the comment section, guys. It's below the description of the video, because click into the line that says add a public comment. Add your comment, click the comment box, and every month I draw one lucky person who leaves a comment down below to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Also, be sure to subscribe to the show and like it, so that you're always catching that next episode. If you'd like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below, join my newsletter, and you will get the free ebook sent to you nice and easy. So I welcome your emails. You can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, guys, remember that when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.